Okay, so who's seen the new Kenra Color Swatch book? How amazing is it, really, though? Because I was overly excited when I saw this. There's so many things to be excited about with this one, but the one thing that I really love the most is all the tools that are in here, right? So, if you flip to the back of the book, you can see that they've made it really easy. You remember back in the day, you'd have to go find your color wheel and it was some random piece flopping around, and then your level finder was like something you'd flick in it. So what they did is they put all of the Kenra coloring tools here in the back. So you go over here, and there's also kenraprofessional.com, or also Instagram and Facebook. Right in here, they show you your level system. They teach you all about your shade identifiers. So the number, our alphanumeric system that we use, levels being 1 through 10. 1 is black, 10 is white. We've left 2 out because the naked eye can't see level 2 at that level. And then we did everything alphanumeric. So it's an alphanumeric level finding coloring system. Shade identifying. So this will tell you exactly what you need to know. It's on every box. Something else I really love about Kenra Color is that the color of the box matches the color of the developer. So if you're using a silver box, you're going to use a developer that's in a silver container. So that's always been great for me. Great reminder for me. It's really helpful, like when you're in a hurry too. You're in the back room and you're like, what do I'm formulating, what do I do? Black box, black developer. All right, and then in here, it just tells you, like it'll tell you too, mixing ratios, gray blending ratio for your demis, your 5 easy steps to color formulation. It reminds you just in case you have forgotten. And they make it really easy. And I love that it's all in here. And then here's your color wheel. And then, of course, your level finder. And your level finder is more extensive and better than it has ever been. I love this level finder because it tells you your underlying pigment as well as your existing natural level. And it talks about, has a swatch for gray as well. So, diving right in, let's start with our natural series. So our natural series is just that. It is a natural series. It is not a neutral series. So that means that we have all 3 of the colors in there, red, yellow, and blue, equally and evenly at all of the levels. So when you see a black or a 1N, that means there's more blue here because it's existing at a lower level. So the higher you get up, the less blue. They just take the blue out. So all of our colors have been calibrated by the level, which I really like. So that's our first natural. Our second natural is our natural ash. So how many people here have like a client that has unwanted warmth in their hair, and you're trying to control that warmth, but you're also not trying to like make them ashy and you need to cover gray? Our NA series is great for that. So we have our NA series runs from 5NA, 6NA, 7NA, up to 8NA. Then we have our ultra ash. So let's just dive right into that. It's a double ash pigment of a natural series. So let me find that. There it is. Thing about the ultra ashes is they go from level 3 all the way up to level 8. So you can get gray coverage with an ultra double ash coverage all the way up to a level 8. So that's awesome. Beyond the ashes, then we move into the NBs. The NBs are formulated to keep your tones warmer and cover gray at the same time. So the ash series also are a great way for us to talk about, naturals. Oh, and we also have to cover gray on reds, our RNs and our CNs, 6CN, 7CN, 5RN, 6RN. So you're getting gray coverage and you're getting red pop at the same time, which I love, or copper, because a lot of times I noticed in the past, my reds would get a little muddied. Like I feel like with a natural red or a natural copper, you have less opportunity to muddy your reds. So that's nice. Now going into our ash series. We have the double ashes. So, oh, I'm sorry. We have our ashes and our double ashes. So these are just straight ash and straight double ash with no N in it. So you can always add this to any formula. Another thing that we want to take note of in our book is that, and it says right here at the bottom of pretty much every page, that P equals permanent and D equals demi. So whenever you see a shade in the book, it'll have a letter underneath it, or maybe 2 letters, and that'll tell you what you can buy that particular shade at, if you can buy it in a permanent or if you can buy it in a demi. So our ashes, you have a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 ash. And then we have a 6, 7, and 8 double ash. And the reason they formulated the 6, 7, and 8 double ash is because that's really where you're going to need that double ash because of underlying pigment. Right? We have our VV shades, which live at the demi level. So we have these new VVs, which I love, and I've used drops of the VV sometimes when I'm really controlling a lot of extra warmth. More living in our ash series, our silver metallics are what we like to kind of refer to as like our triple ash. So if you ever are experiencing a client, I use a lot of these SMs and VMs. I use them on a lot of my blondes because they really help cut that warmth and get my blondes really creamy and beautiful. If you're using these on a demi level, then you want to pre-lighten the hair to get to the true tonality of this, right? So you can also use these like intermix, like even if you're using, so say you have like someone who's got a lot of gray, so you're covering gray, and you're also wanting to drab them out. Our SMs are great for that. We also have our brown, our V series, which I'd like to talk about a little because I think people automatically see V series and they think brown, but really it's only brown up until a level 6, and then after that it's what we call beige. I don't know if you guys have used the 10B or any of the Bs. They are beautiful, great for low lighting, and you can see that all of them except for a 6, and then there's the 4BC, which is a great brown copper, B meaning brown being the dominant tone, and C, copper, being the secondary dominant tone. But yeah, you can get permanent for all of these, and these are beautiful. The 10B is lovely. Another one of our shades that we think sometimes gets forgotten, and I don't think a lot of people really delve into this, especially living in California. You know, we tend to walk away from goals, oh, too much warmth. But really our Gs are beautiful, and they're also great for gray blending as well. So you can use our Gs any number of ways. I like to sometimes use those Gs for someone as a root touch-up with a 20 volume, and it just blends their gray, gives them that natural shine and some natural dimension, which is great. So there's those, and then we have a beautiful array of coppers and reds. So we have our 7CG and our warm tones. Once again, going back to what we've learned about our secondary, our primary letter and our second, copper is the primary, gold is the secondary, and then this is our 5C, 6C, and 8Cs. All very beautiful. Perfect for your strawberry blonde gals. Don't forget about using your coppers and copper golds when filling, like if you're going darker. Lots of tools for you. So in our book, we also have our red series. So here we go. We've got our 7R, our 6R, 5R, and then right in these, we have our double Rs, which I use quite a bit for that girl that just can't be red enough, right? This is a great place too to use maybe one of your boosters. Next, our cool red shades include red violet, and there's a primarily red with like a violet tones for intensity. And those are, sorry, got a little distracted. This is a long one, so it's easy to get distracted. So we've got our 4RV and our 6RV. I always say, or I'm sorry, 5RV and 6RV. That's kind of where it can live, right? So they don't go any darker because of the red, and they go any brighter because of the violet. So that's where you get a true RV. And then of course we have our Red Brand series, which I really love for adding depth and richness to anyone's formula. And then we have a bunch of shades. We have several shades that are only available at the demi level. Oh, I'm sorry, we need to talk about monochrome. So for a long time, there's been this double need for what we have felt has been something a little heavier dye load, not necessarily better double pigment. Like, it's not a double coverage for gray. It's more like a deeper tone. So they created the new monochromes, which I am now completely obsessed with, because at this point I found that anyone who's coloring their hair, they want deeper, richer tones. If they don't want that, then they're gonna go ahead and do gray blending, or they're gonna take their hair white. But yeah, you can see it comes at the 1, a 4BV, brown violet, 6B RV, 6B, 4N, 5N, 6N, 7N, and 8N. All beautiful shades. Oh, sorry, I was out of the camera. And then, oh, yes, our rapid toners. So one thing that I always want to make sure people remember are our rapid toners. They're great for at the bowl. They're also great for pre-toning when you're doing fantasy colors. So if you're gonna do a pink fantasy color on someone, this is a great way to kind of secure that in and really lock it in. Next are our rapid toners and our cool tones, 5VR, 3VR, and then our 10V. We have our 9PV, beautiful, beautiful toner. And then right in here are our rapid toners. So we have a green blue, silver violet, VP, violet pearl, and B rapid toner. All of these beautiful, beautiful, and tones in 5 minutes at the bowl. Great tool, easy to use, great for lots of different things. So you can even pre-tone a tone if you need to, right? So, now with that, I guess the question would be, why would we choose like a permanent over a demi-permanent, right? So I would say that the answer is whenever you're lifting 2 or more levels, and whenever you're really trying to cover gray, whenever those 2 things are the #1 priority, then that's when you want to go from demi to permanent. So yeah, does anyone have any questions? I think we pretty much covered it. If you have any questions, please let me know. We can go over all those. I'm happy to field them all. All right. Thanks, guys.